Hello and welcome to this Xbox Life episode 498. Huzzah! I am one of your hosts, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me, as always, my buddy Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello.
And with a special guest tonight, you probably know him from the Horrible Gamers podcast. His name is gamer tag is Gib87777777, also known as Ryan.
Hi, everybody. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? I'm on TXL again. Yay!
Woo! I just remember, it's a family-friendly show.
I know. I tried to get him out. We'll see what happens.
You did.
All right. So you can watch us live on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube every Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, or 8:20 when I finally get the show going. Sorry for the delay today, people, but we had a third guest, and I'm an idiot. So we are not affiliated with Microsoft or the Xbox in any way. This is a show being done by fans for fans of the Microsoft Xbox. The views and opinions expressed on this show do not reflect those of Microsoft. So we're going to jump into what we've been playing because we've got a lot to talk about this week. So Ryan, let's. I know one thing you've been playing. So, why don't we hear from you first?
I was going to start off with something that we could all, I think, well, at least me and you can talk about. Played a lot of Strange Brigade.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that one?
Never heard of it.
I've been having a lot of fun with it, Wing. I know you're playing it. What are your feelings on it? Because I haven't really talked to you about it since we played together.
All I can say is huzzah! Let's put it this way. I have fully 100%ed this game and all achievements, and it just came out on Tuesday.
Really?
What?
Yes. I finished my last achievement today. No, well,
they do pop.
The collectibles are hard, so I had to use a guide, but I've been through this game several times. But yeah, I got all the achievements done. I finished my last one today, and I love the game. I think it's awesome. It's funny. I love the whole, finding hidden doors, and like, I don't know if you know, Ryan, but there's hidden doors that only the professor can see and open. Like, there's rock faces.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Okay, so if you play as that professor, he's got like a green vest, I think. There's certain areas that you'll walk by and you'll see these rocks, and all of a sudden this symbol will appear. And he's the only one that can do anything. So if he walks up to it, it gives him the X button to open it. And he's able to open it up and go in and get more hidden treasure. And he's the only guy that can open those. So it's pretty cool.
I didn't know that. So is he the only character that has something like that?
That I know of, yes. That's.
I'm always the African girl, the crazy looking African girl.
Yeah, when I found out that, I switched over and played that guy all the time.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And I mean, like, I have fun with the puzzles. Like, the puzzles are especially in co-op, they're a lot of fun. Like, you're like, oh, hey, go over there and tell me the order of the things, right? Like, and then you're over there shooting stuff, trying to get the pattern down and whatnot. And it's interesting. I've had a lot of fun with the game. I haven't tried the horde mode yet. I've just been playing campaign. I stole your co-op partner on Saturday while you were at PAX.
No problem.
And we were playing in the morning, but she was playing my campaign with me, so we were having a good time.
Yeah, she's all done too. She's got the full. She's got the full 1K as well. So, but
nice.
It's fun. It's So if people are wondering what Strange Brigade is, basically if you've played Sniper Elite, it's made by Rebellion. It's the same guys that made Sniper Elite series, the people that made Zombie Army Trilogy. If you've played any of those, then you know exactly how this game plays. It's the same third person. It's the same style, the way the guns are. It's basically Sniper Elite, except you remove the sniping. There are snipers, but you take out the slow motion, bullet time stuff that's not in it. It's all like Egyptian lore based. You're going to fight this queen that's going to destroy the world or whatever. So there's like these zombies and weird monsters, and dude, some of them are so tough. But I thought like they did a great job of some of the things you're fighting against were
Yeah.
great. My only complaint is on the bosses. I think from level chapter 3 on at the end, there's a boss where you got to take him out 3 times by hitting the little blue spot. That's about freaking impossible to hit, especially when you got swarms of
it is hard.
minions around.
Depends on what guns you have, but yeah, like I found I was having problems hitting those spots, but I was using like that really really high damage rifle, and it's like one shot, but then it takes a few seconds for you to load up again to take another shot. But I found like Comrade, she was nailing him with the shotgun that she had.
Yeah, and that's you can thank me for that. I told her about that shotgun, the one pump, because it's just like boom, ka-chunk, and it just keeps going. Like you're reloading every time, but it's just a pump of the shotgun and the next one. So it's not like 7 shots and then you got to reload. I don't know why. It's like however, if you got 40, 50 rounds, you just keep shooting them all. And it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Love that shotgun.
Yeah. It was nice that she had it. I didn't have enough money to grab it, but I'm gonna work towards that next. I think.
Yeah, make that your next unlock. I think the only thing about it is, and it's stupid because you have a shotgun, and if they're right in front of you and you shoot them point blank, you'll miss. So I think that's a glitch in the game.
Sometimes,
but
sometimes the aim is a little weird in that game.
Yeah,
it's like you're dead on like at the head, but you're missing for some reason. But they kind of jerk around and move quick too. Right?
Yeah, they do.
So it's a fun game. Like,
it's awesome.
I thought it was refreshing. It was something different, that it's not the same old stuff. In that style too, that like 1940s style and all the comedy and stuff that goes with it.
Yes,
it's a blast to play.
Huzzah, old chap. Did you get the achievement for annoying the narrator? Have you got that one?
Yes, I did get that one. Yeah.
And have you noticed, like, if you hit the pause button, he'll say, "Oh, players going to the loo" or something. He'll make a comment about you pausing the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just too funny, Or if you're not doing anything, he's like, "Come on, let's go. We got things to do." And then if you just sit there for a moment, he gets upset, and then you get an achievement because you annoyed him. I'm like, I wasn't even trying. I think I was looking at something, and all of a sudden it popped, and he's complaining.
I think Comrade, I went out for a smoke, and Comrade went to get some coffee or something, and I came back and it popped, and he was like saying stuff. But, yeah, it's funny. That game's a blast. I mean, people don't sleep on that game. If you're looking for something different and fun to play, that's a good one to pick up. And I think it's $50, right? I can't remember.
I thought it was a full price.
So
I thought it was full price.
I thought it was 50.
I don't.
I'm not sure though. I said, I didn't buy it. Gunny did so.
I can find out for you here pretty quickly. Just got to open my email and check. But yeah, awesome game. So, how about what else?
Yeah, and other than that, I've just been playing Dead Cells, like non-stop Dead Cells. I am loving this. Rob, you got to play Dead Cells.
Yeah, it's on
you have to play this game.
To-do list, definitely. You speak so highly of it. I got to check it out.
I've been streaming it too. I've been out there streaming it. So if you catch me streaming, come jump in and check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's basically a roguelike light Castlevania-ish game. But it's cool because you always have different weapons. You always have it's procedurally generated, so the levels are laid out different every time. It's not always the same thing you're doing over and over again, because you have to do it over and over again, right? To build yourself up. You finish a level, you build yourself up a little bit. So then if you die in the next level, you're a little stronger when you come back the next time, right? Or you have something new that you can use, some sort of new tool. And then as you're picking up these new weapons, then they become available within the world where you'll find them. Monsters will drop them, or they'll be inside chests, or stuff like that. The game is a blast, though. It's just I'm addicted to it. I've been just playing it constantly for the last like 3 weeks. It's kind of been my go-to game, and it's cool because you can have it last you like 40 minutes where you're like getting really far in the game, or you could have like, you know, where a couple of times where you're trying to just get through a couple of levels to get some cells so that you can level yourself up a bit more, or you could be going for a speed run where it's like you're trying to unlock. There's certain doors that if you don't get there in a certain amount of time, you can't open that door. And there'll be like a whole bunch of gold in there that you can pick up, and maybe a weapon blueprint and stuff like that. But it's so much fun. I mean, I've talked about Dead Cells, like I played it on PC, but well, it was in early access and all that. I was playing through it there, and then it came out on Xbox, and I've just been nonstop playing it on Xbox. Game's a blast. Check it out, Dead Cells. Rob, you been playing anything?
Fortnite. More Fortnite. trying to keep up with the teens and the preteens. And starting to get a little stressed because I'm only halfway through the season with the battle pass, and it's got like 20 days left. So I gotta step it up. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I think someone has to give me permission for the doc. I can't get into it.
Come on, Rob, what are you doing? Oh, by the way, I think you're right. I think the game was $50, Strange Brigade, but I bought the $80 version, which includes the season pass and stuff. So, and I think the season pass was $35. So I saved like $5. But that is, so there you go. Let me check.
Yeah, Rob, I need permission to look at the doc.
All right.
The show notes.
Yeah, it sends you an email. Even though you did it, Rob, it still sends an email going, "Are you sure you wanted to give this person, you know, access? You know, the person that you sent it to?" Here.
Oh, that's why it's also on the Horrible Gamers. That's why. Maybe that's why it's not letting me in. Because I think I might have been on my own account last time.
It's popping up for me right now, so there you go. Are you sure? Yes.
Anyways,
all right, you should have it. See, leave it to the Horrible Gamers to come in and bring their horribleness to our show. How rude.
Mess stuff up. There we go.
Anything else, Rob, that you played?
Oh, no, that's about it.
All right.
Hey, wait. I know you must have played something else. Because you must have played some Clash Royale, right?
Of course.
Of course.
I just played some maybe like 10 minutes ago.
What's your go-to deck? Tell me. Let's have a Clash Royale conversation, because we haven't had one on here for a while, right? We haven't talked.
Yeah, because this time Wayne can actually participate, right? Right, Wayne?
That's right. Yeah.
Not really. I don't even think I played it this week.
Oh, no?
I'm waning on it.
Well, here's the thing, right? There's some new stuff coming to Clash Royale, and our clan needs to step it up, because we need to start doing those wars. Because if we don't do those wars, we're not going to get the new stuff that's coming, right? Like it's going to be much easier if we're doing our wars every day. So everyone has to go in and do their 3 matches. Get your 3 war matches in before you do anything else. Do those 3 matches, quick. And then they're done.
You can do all 3 in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah. So what's your go-to deck right now, Rob?
So I cycle between a couple, but my favorite one is Miner, Dart Goblin, Skeleton Barrel, Goblin Gang, Prince, Royal Ghost, Zap, and Bats.
You like those bats. I know you like those bats. You're always requesting those bats.
I've been asking for the Dart Goblin. But there's also a crazy fun one. Here, this one's really great. It's almost hilariously funny. It's like almost awful to play sometimes for the other person. And it's Ice Golem, Clone, Log, Witch, Lumberjack, Night Witch, Elixir Collector, and the Golem. So with this one, what you do is use the Golem to tank, and you put the 2 witches behind them, and then you send the Lumberjack. and then the lumberjack goes up in the front. He dies. He rages. Everybody goes nuts in the rage, and then you clone everybody.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Oh yeah, and then clone them after. Oh no.
Oh yeah. So they're raged and cloned, and depending on how it goes, if usually the other person can't even do anything, and that's where like you get one tower, and then like 5 seconds later you get the king tower.
Yeah. I'm rolling with the magic archer.
Oh yeah.
The goblin gang. Let me see. And then I got the rascals with the bubblegum girls.
How do you like those?
I like them. When you get them leveled up, they're good for because the big guy up front, he'll take a lot of damage, and then those bubblegum girls in the back, they just nail things. They do a lot of damage. So it's good for like blocking like a mega P.E.K.K.A. or something that's coming in. Yeah. And then those guys will fire from the back. Although the mega P.E.K.K.A. will take that guy out pretty quick, but mega P.E.K.K.A. takes anything out pretty quick, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
It isn't an air.
So even when you level them up, how are those bubblegum girls like to like?
Well, they just get stronger and stronger.
But will like arrows take them out in one shot or?
Yes. Arrows take them out. Right. Zap takes half their health.
How about log? Log takes them out too.
Log takes them out too. Yeah. And that's a pain in the butt. Like you drop it down and then someone rolls a log and you're like, damn you. And then I got my regular wizard and a minion, minions, and then I use the lumberjack with the royal hogs.
Oh.
So the 4 pigs that go down.
Yeah.
So I do the same thing. I put the lumberjack in. The lumberjack goes in, takes the damage, and then you put the hogs coming in behind him. And then those hogs, if your partner and you're playing 2 versus 2, if your partner throws a hog rider in behind that, oh man, it's just destroying everything, right? Like just
nice.
Everything. Yeah. Although Valkyrie seems to be the thing that destroys the hogs, right? Like you drop her down and she'll just take all of them out, right?
That's the counter.
It's a pain. Yeah, that's the good counter for it. And then I have the Mega Knight as well. So that's my deck that I use right now.
Oh,
I used to have a Mega P.E.K.K.A. deck that I used a lot too, but I started getting destroyed with it because it was just too heavy.
Yeah.
It's too high on elixir.
Yeah, I keep finding like every week I need to change up the decks. It's almost like I don't know if they pair if the algorithm for matchmaking pairs you with decks that can annihilate you or what, but I don't get like more than a week. I
feel like they do.
Yeah.
I really do. And then all of a sudden you'll change your deck and you'll just start blowing people away.
Yeah.
And then it'll hit again where it's like, oh, you hit this wall again where it's like so yeah, I don't know. Have you seen the new card that's coming?
Oh, it's that big guy with the 2 goblins in the back, right?
Yeah, it's like the giant goblin with 2 spear goblins on his back.
Yeah.
So they'll take any air stuff out and he'll just like cruise right through. And he moves faster than a giant or a mega P.E.K.K.A. or like any of the other big guys. So it'll be interesting to see him when he comes out.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, cool. All right.
Yeah. Plus, there's all those other updates. They just released a dev update. I think it was today, maybe yesterday. It's like a 6 or 7 minute clip on their YouTube channel, and it talks about all the like trading tokens and stuff. Did you see all that? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Those trading tokens. That's what I'm talking about. We need to be warring to get those so that we can get those trade tokens. And I could say to you, hey man, I need a Mega Knight. I have a legendary trade token. What do you want? I have, what this, that, the other thing. Yeah. I'll trade you for your Mega Knight, and then like I can level my stuff up that I want to level up, and you can level your stuff up that you want to level up.
Exactly.
And it helps you get rid of cards that you're not using or whatever, right?
Right. So yeah.
It'll be cool. It'll be a definite plus. But like I said, we need to get people in there. So come, if you're playing Clash Royale, come join Justice League, right?
Justice Clan.
There's still a million Justice Clans. That's one of the problems. I don't know why you can have
Is there?
800 clans all with the same name.
Yeah, but you just look for the clan with Presar and Wingman inside of it.
Yeah.
And then
or Gib 877.
Or Gib, yeah.
Yep. Or Jesus. Jesus is in there too.
Yeah, Jesus in there. Yeah, the clan ID or the clan tag is 92UUYYY. So that's one way to find
So if
out.
you're playing Clash, come join us. You know, we need active people to come play with us so that we can take advantage of these tokens and stuff. But anyways, let's get off the Clash talk and get back to Xbox.
Yeah, we said we were going to do that.
Off the rails there.
Yeah, you did. See, last week Rob and I were talking about we're not going to mention the Gems of Wars, the Fallout shelters, the Clash Royales, and we're going to get away from that.
Yeah, but
look what happens. You bring Ryan on, and he spends a half hour.
There's new stuff coming. New stuff was coming for Clash.
It's all good.
So it was worth talking about.
All right, so I played some games.
Been playing, Wade?
I did play, the Strange Brigade. Played it a lot, obviously. And I also did play some Destiny 2. And a big shout out to the Xbox, the X1 Bros clan, the Divine Fire and Brentley. I think it's 524. Oh boy. But Brentley, you know who you are. Big shout out to them and everybody. They were able to gather that clan together and help me get through the raid. So I finally completed the raid, which was pretty cool. And man, that thing's tough. But I did like this raid a whole heck of a lot better than the ones from the original, or the two that I played in the original game. I thought this was really well done. So but that's pretty much all I played this week, outside of couple other things I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. So, you can support us on Patreon by going to thisxboxlife.com/Patreon. This is a monthly subscription, essentially, to the show where you set up what you want to donate to the show, and they'll take care of that payment each and every month, and that's a way to support the show. Also, being a patron does give you access to our bonus shows, which release every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And you get a special feed, so you can pull both the regular show and the patron bonus shows down with one feed. And if you want to do one-time donation, you can go to thisxboxlife.com/donate. And be sure to subscribe to us on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube. So let's get into the topics. I know a lot of people are waiting to hear my discussion of, I got to go to PAX yesterday, guys, and I'm sporting the Xbox hat. I bought an Xbox hat. I bought a lot of things. Man, I could have spent a ton of money in there, but
I bet.
Yeah. So I don't even really know. I was trying to write some stuff down, and I was just like, man, I don't even know what to say, because this was my first time. It is. It's crazy. So we went down there, and I met up with Ravioli Capone, who is known as Franco. He and also Moronic Cow, which you guys know is Kyle. Kyle and I started Xbox Podcast 10, 11 years ago. And then he was part of TXL when we started TXL. It was Brun, Kyle, Rob, and myself. But I met up with them and some other people, and we went to PAX yesterday. And it was my first time. And when we walked in, it was just like, you know, you're like looking at something. It's almost like I felt like a kid at Christmas. It's just like, you know, your eyes are huge, and there's so much to look at. And it's like, we're going down the aisles, and my head won't stop moving. It's just like, I'm looking, and you're missing so much stuff because it's like sensory overload. You start to look at something, and then you're constantly being redirected. It's just insane. There's so much to look at. And I know I didn't even get everything. But it was really cool. And one of the first things I saw, Rob, which was kind of funny, where we came in, walked right, we walked in right by Perfect Worlds booth. So you might know them from Star Trek Online, Neverwinter Nights. They've got another game coming out. I forgot the name of it, but it looked really cool. And Torchlight Frontiers. So it was like the first. I was like, here it is. It's like one of the first things I'm seeing was Torchlight. And people were playing, and I was watching it for a little bit, but then I moved on. And we just kind of, what we did at first was just kind of scoured all of the main areas where all the big booths are, Microsoft, and I will say I actually didn't even bother to go into the Sony area. I didn't, there was really no point for me to go there. I didn't even go to the Nintendo. It was all Switch stuff, and I'm just like, I really didn't have an interest. I didn't want to, and there's so much there that it's like, okay, I don't have a PlayStation anymore. I don't really use my Switch. I don't need to waste time over there. And I wanted, and I didn't get to do everything I wanted to because everything is such a long line. But I wasn't really concerned with playing stuff. I just wanted to kind of stand there and see it. And what's nice is you can stand there and watch these people play and see these games, which was really kind of fun. They had Mixer was there, Twitch was there, Facebook was there in a big way. They were streaming and had gamers playing and all that type of stuff. But and it was just, and then they had board games and all kinds of stuff that was there, and I couldn't get over, like, after the event ended, like, it ended at 6, sorry, it ended at 6 p.m. But like the convention center, the main floors closed down, but the convention center stays open, and there's all these rooms that were packed with people playing board games. And like even at PAX, there's a place to go and like check out a game. So Kyle and Franco and Kyle's fiance was there, and myself and Franco's son. We finally found a place where we could sit and we played. Kyle grabbed Queen Domino, which I'm really glad because it was something I was looking at because I like King Domino. I was even like, okay, wait a minute, it adds some additional stuff that's just like, okay, this is I think a bit much. I like simple games, I really do. It's just I just can't get into this in depth, an encyclopedia of instructions on how to play something. It's just not me. I can't remember, but it was fun. We sat there and played, and it was just a really neat experience. So first game I played was I went and I did this for Rob, and mainly I had to do it so I could stick it to Rob and go, haha, I played Torchlight Frontiers. Because I did not want to stand in line.
That's abusive, by the way.
I did not want to stand in any lines. I didn't really want to play anything because I'm like, I don't want to stand in line for 2 hours. I'd rather just keep walking around, looking at everything. But I had to do Torchlight, and I knew Rob would want it. But so here's what I found interesting. The game is gorgeous. They were running on PCs.
Really?
They were running the game on PCs. But they had a controller hooked up to it. It was a Razer branded Xbox One controller, so you could pick that up or use mouse and keyboard. It had like this colored LED thing that was changing colors constantly on the front of it. I don't know what it was, but it was Razer.
Chroma, I think that's their line or something like that.
Yeah, it's the Razer. The Xbox controller, I believe, is called the Wolverine, and it's a Chroma controller.
Yeah,
but I wonder about that controller and how it works, like, because Chroma, like, I have a Chroma keyboard here, and like for certain games it actually does stuff on the keyboard, like for Overwatch, for instance, like if I dim the lights in here and I'm playing Overwatch and I get my ultimate, my entire keyboard just flashes like all kinds of different colors. It's just like, you got your ultimate, use it now, and then like your WASD will be lit up in different colors, so like what buttons do what and all that stuff. Like the Chroma keyboards are really cool. So I was always like wondering with the controller, does it do anything with the game? Like, is it flashing when your ultimate's ready or something like that? I was always curious about that. If there's actual Chroma,
the little colors were going constantly, so I don't know if it does anything.
It's just cycling.
It was just multicolored, going back and forth the whole time. And
it's like right now
it's for a demo.
Keyboard set up, like it's just cycling through different colors.
Yeah, and that's what it was doing the whole time.
When I load
So
up a game, when I load up a game that has a program for it, it'll actually change and it'll start doing stuff, interacting with the game.
Jesus
So apparently, you can
nice.
set up your hue lights and everything to do that.
Jesus is saying the Wolverine does not do anything. It just shows the colors. So, but again, this was a demo, so you know they weren't going to set that up even if it did. It did have paddles on the back of it, but so anyways, I picked it up. I played with the controller because I'm like, I want to play this game on the Xbox, so that's the way I wanted to test it out, and it played just fine. I had a couple issues with I was hitting a button and it wasn't registering, but I don't know if it was. I think it was the controller. I think and again, how many people have been using this? So I don't think it was the game.
Right.
I think it was the controller button was sticking. But the game looks beautiful. It was bright. It was colorful. It was so super sharp. I was noticing even like I was watching someone play as I was standing in line, and there was like this kiln with a fire in it. And I was looking at it and I was like, man, even the shadows and the fire in that kiln looked so good. I'm like, this is just, it looks good. I really dug it. The look is awesome. Now, a couple things
so
of
does it
note.
play pretty much like Fortnite?
No.
Sorry, not Fortnite.
It plays just like Torchlight 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it does. So it's like a Diablo's. It's still the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did you find anything new? Like, was there any new stuff to the game?
Well, it was all a controlled demo. You went through one mission, but it did have you jump from different like scenes. So you would go into like a next level or level 2, and it would bring up the Torchlight page as it was loading, and then it would pop up to the next level. You got to see multiple levels. You had a pretty good amount of time, but I just kind of grabbed the controller and just started running around. Tried to kind of look at some inventory, but I just wanted to explore as much as I could. So things I learned about the game is it is coming out next year on PC. It's going to release on PC first before console, but it is coming to console.
Yeah.
And I don't have a time frame. No date on release and no date on how long it's going to take to get to console. They didn't give that. The pets are still involved. The pets will still fight for you, and I did have a pet.
Nice.
I didn't get to pick it. It was just there by default. And it will still go back to the store and send so you can send your pet back to turn your loot in. And it's with you. It will fight. It is co-op now, so you can play it by yourself. And I was trying to stress that to the guy, and I was like, is this, because someone else in line was like, oh, I thought this was a MOBA. And I'm like, no, it's a single player game. And then when I got up there, I'm like, that's a good question. Let me ask. And he's like, no, it's a multiplayer. And I was like, well, okay, but give me more on that. And he's like, well, as I said, competitive? He said, no, cooperative. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, can you still play by yourself? And he's like, can. But he was kind of like, why would you want to? But I'm like, I would need to know, can you play this is it required to be multiplayer? So, but it's built to be a multiplayer cooperative game, which is cool. Sounds like you can still play by yourself. But yeah, it looked great. I really can't wait to get my hands on it. And it was cool that you could play keyboard or controller, because they said, we want to make sure that it works, that the controllers works. And I'm like, that's cool. They got a lot of passion for this game. Now, the one thing I thought was strange, and I do not remember this from the original Torchlight, so I'm wondering if it changed a little bit. I saw like these like little robot guys in the game, and I was like, what? Like, where'd that come from? Do you guys remember? Like, no, it was like I don't even know, because it wasn't anything I fought, but he was out there in the world, so I don't know if it was another player. I don't know, and you could see other like names of players but I don't know if that was like AI or was it the other people at the stations around me. That wasn't clear. So, but it was like another either AI or another player at one of the other stations, and I was like, what the heck is that? So I don't remember robots and stuff, but the character I had like this claw thing that would come out. It wasn't his hand, but it was like a like a purplish power, but it was like this big claw, and it would just whoosh, whoosh, and that's how he was fighting. And you know, it's one of those games. It's like I need more time to really learn about it. You know, to sit down and go, okay, what's going on? Instead, it's kind of like, okay, you gotta go. You're in a situation like PAX, or at least for me, it's like I can't really learn a lot. You just sit down and you're like, okay, I'm playing this. I just want to kind of run through, see what it looks like. But I'm excited. This will be a day one for me, absolutely. And it might even be a purchase on the PC for me, since it's coming out first. I wouldn't be surprised if the PC version comes out and we don't have a date for the console. I'll probably end up buying it on both. So, the next game, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I played State of Decay 2's Daybreak pack. And I gotta be honest, the only reason I did this was because and I posted a picture of this vending machine. It was an Xbox Game Pass vending machine. And I was talking to one of the Xbox people, and they're like, yeah, if you play Daybreak, you get a token that you put into the machine, and it spits out a game case for an Xbox game. And then inside of it, you open it up, and there's either 1 month, 3 month, or 12-month pass for Xbox Game Pass. I was like,
that's cool.
Okay. You know, I'm like, I'll probably get the 1 month. You know, I'm sure those are most of them. But I was like, I'll try it. If I get 3 months or 12 months, that's worth the almost 2-hour wait. So I stood in line for a long time to play it. And I will say this, it's nothing like State of Decay 2. There's no base building. There's none of that stuff. This is strictly a horde mode. And I would swear to you that this is a different engine because, man, does it look good. Like, State of Decay 2 looks good, but this just, to me, I was like, this looks so much better. Like, you know, it made me want to go back and look at State of Decay 2 and say, was I just seeing things or what? And it was on an Xbox, you know, it wasn't on a PC. The box was sitting right there. But the game looks great. We played it, and man, is it hard. And the guy even said they just made this demo. They were just, the game's going to have like 7 waves, and you're supposed to beat all 7 waves. Well, for the demo, it was 3 waves. And like, nobody was able to get to it. He said at PAX, no one has beaten the 3rd wave. People have gotten close, but he said it's too hard. It's like, and they had the same problem at PAX. He only saw, or I'm not PAX, but Gamescom, and this is the same demo that they had at Gamescom. And they said they only saw one group beat it. But he said it was a group that played together, and they came back and played this game like 4 separate times to be able to do it. We got to, I think, under about a minute and a half, and we got all just slaughtered. But that's what happens. And he was saying about the minute time frame, seems like every team just gets destroyed. Because we got to see what is it? So if you bought State of Decay 2 Ultimate, you'll get this free. If you bought the standard game, it's going to cost $10. If you have the Xbox Game Pass version, you have to pay for this, but you get 10% off. So the guy said it would be like $9 for Game Pass people. And I will probably pick this up. And what's neat too is, so you're in this contained area and you're trying to keep the walls built up, and you can go over the walls, and in between the waves, like supply drops will land outside. So you got to get over the wall, run out there, and try to get a supply drop. And that's where you get some better weapons. Those weapons that you can pick up in this game will carry over to the main campaign. So there isn't like an incentive for this, that you're going to be able to get weapons that you can't get in the base game. He also said that he's fought them for a long time, but there's going to be some weapons that are kind of out of what the one guy I was talking to who does all the weapons for the game. He said that he's finally been convinced to let like modified like rail guns and EMP type of weapons and stuff. So stuff that's a little bit more science fiction-y that he didn't really want, but it's coming to the game too. So we might see some stuff like that. But the game looked phenomenal. And it will definitely be, you definitely want 4 players. And we had 4 players, and it was cool because we all had headsets with mics, and I didn't realize it at first, but we were all talking to each other. All of a sudden I'm hearing someone, because I was in line and this guy's like, we got a Blood Plague Juggernaut, we got one in here. Come, you know. And I was like, dude, they all have headsets on. They're not going to hear you. It turns out, no, we can't all hear each other. So it was a really nice setup, a great demo. Yeah, I had a great. So then anyways, so I go and I get my token and I go over to the machine and I put it in and I selected, I just went with State of Decay since I'm like, that's the game I just played. And open it up and I got a 3-month Xbox Game Pass code. So I'm like, sweet.
Nice.
So that was $30 just to stand in line for a bit. It's kind of like I got paid to play the demo. So I can't complain.
Yeah, that's cool.
So later on, we went into this room that had classic games, and I couldn't resist. I went and picked it up and played Duck Hunt on the NES.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I was like, boom, boom, with the gun, and I was like, this is so cool. Seen the little dog pop up, and I was just like, oh my gosh, is this memories? But they had old systems there with games that people were playing, and they had a classic arcade, and in the halls they had like Pac-Man games and pinball games, and everything was just walk up and play it. It was just really cool. So I did play 3 games.
Yeah.
I did play Duck Hunt on the NES. I saw Tomb Raider, Forza Horizon 4, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, The Division 2. Stunning looking games. It's just, you know, obviously Forza Horizon is stunning, and you know, that's a gimme. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey and The Division 2 and Tomb Raider were just like, oh, these look awesome. So I didn't play any of them, but they look great. I did see, I didn't know this. We may have reported on this before, and I think we did, but they had a huge setup for Dying Light, Bad Blood, which is their battle royale version of the game. I guess it's 16 people.
I'm curious about this.
Yeah, it was. I did not, and I wish I had. I didn't go over and see it. I was standing by the booth because it was right next to the Fortnite, or not Fortnite, Torchlight, and but I didn't go over there. But I was just like, man, everyone's getting battle royale. But I wish I had. If I'd have had more time, again, I would have gone over and checked it out. But Dying Light, they had a big, huge area over there with people playing it. Outside of that, it's. Go ahead.
Did you get any little trinkets? Any little like any T-shirts or
swag?
Any fun swag?
They don't have much in the way of swag anymore. I should have brought what I did. I bought this. I bought the Xbox hat that I'm wearing. I bought, and I found out pretty quick. So when we were there, you got your PAX book, just pretty thick. And I was like, and I had my bottle of water, and I'm like, man, I got to carry that in a map. And I'm like, I got to carry this all day. And Franco had this bag from ThinkGeek, and that it's what's it say on the front? Bag of holding, I think it says. And it's a nice bag, and it has this Velcro front. And every time you go to PAX, he goes up to the ThinkGeek booth, and they give him a free patch every year. It's a different patch that goes on the front of that bag. So I ended up we went straight there because he wanted his patch, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this bag. So I bought that bag, and I got 2 pins. I got a pin from State of Decay. I got a pin from Star Trek Online because I had played Torchlight and then sat and got my picture in the captain's chair of the Star Trek. And then you give that to them, and they give you a pin. And then they gave me this big, gigantic. Oh, I should have brought it. I should have got them. The thing seemed to be gigantic bags. Like I was seeing people carrying bags around that were about the size of them. And the one I got was for Torchlight.
Here, hang on a sec.
Oh, he's gonna get his bag. So I got this gigantic bag of Torchlight. They're like, "Do you want this?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, they're crazy. I think my Torchlight bag is even bigger than that. And I've seen like others that were probably the size of like a human being. It was just like, but the Torchlight one I have actually had straps on it, like a backpack. So you could put it on like as a backpack.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll have to show it. Maybe when one of you guys are telling a story, I'll run upstairs and grab that stuff real quick so I can at least show you guys.
Yeah.
But
you might get a kick out of this. This is one of the things that I've gotten from Xbox. Probably one of the only things other than my T-shirt that I'm usually wearing on the thing, but it's a keychain.
Oh, cool.
And it says Xbox.
Yeah.
It's like the logo, and then it has my gamer tag on the back of it.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
That's nice. I like that. I bought a lanyard. It was a Gears of War lanyard. They gave us one that was for Devil May Cry 5. I mean, everybody had those. That's what the front, at the gate, as you walk in, you get a lanyard. So I got a Devil May Cry. Then I bought a Gears of War one. Then when I got my Game Pass token, they handed me an Xbox One Game Pass lanyard. So I've got that. I bought these. It's and I gotta go get this stuff. I was setting up and totally forgot to bring my stuff down because I do want to show it on the show. I do have a Sea of Thieves coin. It's a limited. There's only 5,000 of them, and every one of them's numbered. So I bought 2 of them, and so I have that. I bought an Xbox patch that I want to put Velcro on the back and stick on my bag. I think that was it. I did buy a card game while I was there called Super Fight. The kids and I were playing that this morning, but I think that was it that I can recall. But there was like a million things I wanted to get. But the swag, it was
there
pins.
Always is.
It's just pins. Like, that's what people were handing out. The Neverwinter Nights, if I'd gone and played another one, I could have got like a poster or something. I'm like, I don't really need one of those. So, but yeah, I was talking when Franco was telling me on the way back, he's just like, he used to go to PAX and he'd have to carry a second backpack that was empty. And he said that thing would be stuffed with T-shirts and hats and stuff. And he says they just don't do that anymore. You really don't get any good quality swag anymore.
The pin thing became really popular, and I think it's a cheap way for companies to promote themselves, right? So I think that's kind of become, it's cheaper than
T-shirts.
Printing T-shirts.
Yeah,
it's cheaper advertising for sure.
So now they're on to big bags. Franco bought a Razer mouse, and it was just a mouse. It's not that big, right? They gave him this big giant bag, so he's carrying this big giant bag the whole day. I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, that bag I showed you, that big giant bag that I showed you, when I go to Fan Expo, which is the same weekend as PAX, it's this weekend. I didn't get to go this year. But that's like a package that you could buy, and it's like it comes with that bag, a T-shirt, a lanyard, and like a pin, and and then I usually just throw whatever free stuff I get into that. Never really T-shirts at Fan Expo. The only time was when the Xbox One was coming out, and I got that T-shirt, my Xbox One T-shirt, and on the back it has an achievement that says "First to Play, 2013" or something like that. Fan Expo 2013.
Yeah.
But yeah, those shows are crazy, man. Like, you go, how was it? Was it packed?
Yes.
Was it like
it? Well.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a lot of people there. It wasn't, everything you wanted to do, you were going to be in line for a while, but it wasn't so bad that like you couldn't walk. Like you were able to walk, and it's just a lot of people. We kept losing each other, but it wasn't like where nobody could move, So
it wasn't shoulder to shoulder.
Exactly. So it wasn't really bad. There was a ton of people, but it wasn't really bad in that aspect. I actually was thinking about, I guess tickets are still available and the scalpers are out front selling tickets for Monday. And I was like, man, I should bring my kids here. They'd love it. But man, I'm so tired. my feet are killing me today.
Day. Like
yeah. I'm like, I couldn't even put my slippers on today. I was like, everything hurts. I'm like,
well, Kathy said to me earlier, she was like, you sure you don't want to go to Fan Expo this weekend? She's like, I might want to go. And I'm like, you don't want to go. I'm like, you're pregnant. You do not want to be walking around that place. It's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think
that's a lot of fun, though. You get to see a lot of stuff.
And I think next year I may just try to take my whole family And I'm thinking about, you know what, let's make a weekend of it, maybe go for a couple of days, get a hotel down there and just have fun, you know. And that way, if we
Okay,
get
I
tired,
got a
you can just go
question
to the
for you.
hotel and crash, you know.
What was the best cosplay you saw today or yesterday?
Oh, yes. Actually, I'm gonna have to post this. I wanted to get the front. Unfortunately, sorry, I got the back, and no, I wasn't taking a picture of the lady's butt. There was a guy and girl in front of me on the escalator, totally decked out in Far Cry gear. And like I was
Oh
looking at their
yeah,
weapons
nice.
and everything. I was like, "Oh my gosh. This looks so cool." But they ended up I didn't want to walk up to somebody and be like, "Can I know they'd be like, "Yeah, cool," but it was
Oh yeah,
uncomfortable
do
for
it, dude.
me.
They love that. They
But
want you to do
I
that.
should have. It was the coolest thing I've seen. It was everything looked so good. That couple just looked
Just
amazing.
well done cosplay. Right?
Yes.
It's always
Yeah.
amazing when you see those people that are like right into cosplay and they go all out and like the costumes are just ridiculously amazing.
Yeah, I saw, was their name Chell from Portal? The
Portal,
girl from
yeah.
Portal. She looked really good. I saw one, I don't know who it was, but I saw like 3 girls dressed up in the same outfit. And I don't know who they were supposed to be. I really don't, but it was like, oh, that's the 3rd one of those I've seen. There was some Spartan was there. It wasn't Master Chief, but their uniform looked really cool. Their Spartan armor looked really good. Yeah, it was pretty neat. So, and I've never seen so many people with colored hair. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
It's like every other person's got a different
I saw
color.
one time at Fan Expo. I saw that there was like just randomly like 4 different like colored Master Chiefs wandering around, and they all like met up in this one spot. It was hilarious because I think like they just saw each other coming to the like this same spot and then decided, okay, we're just gonna go to this spot and make a scene, right? Like
Yeah.
they just made this total scene up while they were. It was hilarious. It was just something just on the spot out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They all came to this one spot and were like had a little battle. You know what I mean? It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I was kind of
and then,
surprised that there were so many guns. Considering the state of the world today, I was surprised, you know, that so many people were walking around with
but they
them.
have to go through. They have to go through a check. Like there's a special check for people that have cosplay.
Yeah.
And they have to have all their weapons and stuff checked.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I
what
know
Franco
people,
was
like,
saying.
I've seen people have their like swords taken away from them. They're like, no, it's sharp. You can't take that in.
It's
you know
real.
what I mean? Like, yeah, like, no, not even real. Like, it's not even sharp, but it's still got a point.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that can be used as a weapon. We have to take that away.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you're hoping that security is doing their job. We haven't heard of any incidents, so obviously they have been.
There was lots of stuff,
good.
lots of security there, but I was surprised that like we just walked in, like no metal detect. I don't remember walking through any metal detectors. Just walked in the door and they just checked your pass. Like that surprised me too, because I was like, wow, I figured, you know, they'd be doing bag checks, and I was like, everybody's got bags, and like it's gonna take forever. No, they just let everybody in the door. As long as you had a pass, you got in, which I thought was a little surprising too. So, because that's the first time.
There's usually a little section that if you're cosplaying, they'll say you have to come over here before you go in, and they will check your stuff.
Yeah,
or at least at Fan Expo. I mean, that's a different thing, right?
But yeah, there was dogs and cops and all kinds of different people there at PAX. So, I mean, I didn't feel like, you know, it was dangerous or anything, but I was surprised. I felt like there really wasn't the security I was expecting either. So, but I think that's enough for PAX. It's so overwhelming. I feel like I could have probably spent like 3 hours talking about it, but I probably forgot more than I can even recall, because it was, you know, like, oh my gosh, I can't take it all in. It's just insane. It's a good time.
You need a weekend to take everything in, right? Like, and even then, you probably still wouldn't take everything in.
Yeah, Kyle was telling me, and Franco were both saying, when you do the whole weekend, basically by that third day, you are so exhausted that it's just like, I'm just going to go sit at panels and that's it. I'm just going to sit in a room and listen to people talk and get a nap.
Put me in an air-conditioned room.
Yep.
But in a chair.
So, yeah. But I do want to say thanks to Kyle. He's the one that let me know, and he got my ticket because he's tuned into that. And last year I wanted to go, and he sent me a message, and by the time I got that and I went to go get a ticket, they were sold out. So I was like, Kyle, can you just pick one up for me? And I said, even if I don't go, I will pay you for that ticket. I said, please just get me one, and he did. And so I was so grateful for that. And Franco I drove to his house, and then because I got a big truck, and being in Seattle with a big truck and trying to find parking is not the easiest thing. So I went to Franco's house, and we took his car, and he drove us in. And so it was just, I appreciate, I had a great time with these guys and met some new people, and it was a good time.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So let's see. Rob, you want to take this next one? I'm going to run up and grab my stuff for the moment and let you guys continue with the news stories. That work?
Yeah, that's fine.
All righty.
So this is the install screen thing. Is that the one? Okay. I guess it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think that's what's next.
Yeah. let me read what it's all about. So Xbox is getting an install screen in the new home area. So they're testing an update with Xbox insiders, of which I am. Are you insider?
I am.
No?
I'm in the alpha as well.
Ah. The pioneers get all their arrows.
It confused me today because I was trying to look at my my games and apps and like install and ready to install stuff, and ready to install was missing, and I was like, what? How come there's no ready to install anymore?
Yeah.
Now it's at the very top of the list that there's installed and ready to install. There isn't a section for it anymore.
Okay.
It's really weird. It threw me for a loop today.
I'll have to check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they say instead of separating apps and games into two sections, installed and ready to install, Microsoft is making it so there's only a single My Games and Apps section. So it's not a fully official change. Only certain people are getting it right now, but yeah, it's coming down the pipe.
Yep. Yeah, I got it. It threw me for a loop. It was weird. But once you figure it out, it's not that hard to. Yeah. Once you figure it out how it is, it's you're gonna get it. But you're initially gonna go to look for your ready to install and be like, where is it? Everything else is here except for ready to install. So, but it does make it easier to just flip back and forth. And
sure. It's one of those things. I think it's like in true Microsoft fashion, like with Windows, when they do the Windows update, because I'm an insider in Windows as well. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment all the way around. But they'll release an update, and then you're like, okay, I'm trying to do this. I still have a hard time.
Now my file explorer is missing. Where did that go?
Yeah.
It's in a new spot now. Yeah, it's so weird.
I'm used to all the old school Windows settings, just in the old school Windows, like that have been pretty much the same since Windows 95, probably. I'm used to all that. I know where everything's at. I know where all my goofy settings are. And now all of a sudden you have to like go into settings like that, like Windows.
Yeah, the Windows 10 version of settings.
Yeah.
Or like trying to find control panel and stuff like that. It's like it's there still, but it's not like in your face like it used to be.
So it's funny. I have no idea how to get to some things. I have to search for everything because I have no idea. Like
exactly. I just use the search bar and type in control panel. There it is.
Yeah. Like I was trying to find I needed to turn off Windows Defender and reset it. And I was like, where is it? Where is it? I have no idea. No idea. And search was my friend.
Yeah.
No, Jesus is my
When in
friend.
doubt, use the search bar.
Yes.
Oh, don't start that.
Jesus is my friend.
Don't start that, Mark. I got a friend in Jesus.
Jesus is my friend.
Jesus is my friend.
I think Jesus is he was here in the group tonight.
Jesus wants to know if you're planning to go next year. If so, are you going to go for the full 3 days?
Well, I'd like to do Friday and Saturday. Won't do Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'd probably do Friday, Saturday. You know, go over, maybe stay the night Thursday night, and take the whole family and do 2 days. That would be fun. I don't think I could take more than 2 days, to be honest. It's a lot of walking, but
yeah, that third day will kill you.
Yeah.
So I know you guys are gonna have to watch the show feed to see these, but I did get this is a Devil May Cry 5 lanyard. I did get that. Then there's the Xbox One Game Pass one. I got that one. And I did buy a Gears of War one, which it's got my pins on it and my badge. So my badge is hanging on it. And then I did get a Star Trek Online and a State of Decay 2, which these things are cool. It's like I can see why, like, I wouldn't mind having more. I'm going to show this without pausing.
Yeah, but Wing, I have so many of those things from every year that I've gone.
Yeah.
Like, I hang them all over. I have a Halo ODST one. I have a Space Marines one. I have an Xbox one. Yeah, it's just so many of them. And then the Fan Expo ones for every year. And you just end up with so many of the things. You're like, oh my God. And you'll never use them again for anything. You know what I mean? Like, what are you going to use them for?
Let's see if we can get this where it's not glaring.
But they're neat. They're fun to have.
So this is the Sea of Thieves coin. That's the front of it. The back, they got it covered with a piece of paper. But you can see what the back of the coin is supposed to look like. And your number's on there. And it's 1 of 5,000. And these are event exclusive coins. So, but I don't want to open it. I want to keep it in the package. So I don't even know what number it is.
So you should have bought 4 so you could open one.
And just to see what the number was, yeah.
Or like, so yeah, because you bought 2, right?
I gave one to Franco.
Oh, okay.
I gave it
so,
I gave him one.
So one was to open and then the other was to keep.
and of course I got to show you. So here's the bag for Torchlight. Let's see. And as you can see, it's got straps to put on like a backpack. And this thing is gigantic. It's probably the same as yours, Ryan. Oh,
yeah.
You could put a small child in this thing easily. Maybe a couple.
Mine doesn't have straps though. It was just a handhold one, but yeah, that's cool.
But I saw others that were at least twice this size.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the heck? And then
at Gen Con, there's a company called AEG that has a huge one. It's probably like what you're talking about.
Here's my Microsoft bag. I actually bought stuff, and they didn't give you giant ones. They gave you real bags. So I was actually thankful for that. But here's the bag I bought at
Think
Geek.
Like a backpack.
No, that was just a regular bag. But this is my Think Geek bag. It's not a backpack. I guess it's more of like a messenger bag. So I slung it over my shoulder, and then it was hanging on one side. It has a water bottle pouch on the one side. It's got another one on the other side, but there's like, it's like got a hole all the way through. I don't know what you'd use that for. It's like the bottom's open. So we were trying to figure out what would you put in there, but it's got the things to tighten it. So I guess if you had an umbrella or something like that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But and then the front, this was I'm trying to do this. So this patch here is the one from PAX 2018. So, and it says PAX 2018 Seattle, Think Geek. The little monkey came with the bag. He's removable. And then I bought an Xbox patch, which I didn't realize I was already Velcroed. So I just opened it a minute ago and said, oh, sweet. So I was like, I'll Velcro it and stick it here. Well, it's already done for me. So I stuck that on there. And this is a nice bag. This was only like $30, and then I actually got a $10 coupon for from them for Think Geek Online. So,
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
really, yeah. And then
I like that you can go back every year and get a new patch. That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's
Franco's
a cool
got
thing.
several. That was his big
Yeah.
thing. Got to get my patch first thing. So, but all right. So where'd you left off on the install screen?
Yeah, we talked about that.
We went through that.
Okay. So, all right. What's the next one, Rob?
Game Pass. There's a bunch of things being added to Game Pass in September. And I was really surprised at a couple of these.
Yep.
Me too.
Yeah. So the one that's on everybody's mind is Halo the Master Chief Collection. So that went in on September 1st. And Quantum Break also on September 1st. And this one kind of shocked me because this game is like 6 weeks old or something like that. Onrush.
Yeah.
Didn't that just come out like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
about a month ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
but you know what? I think they did a free weekend for it, and I think it did really well on the free weekend. So I think that's why they're going to throw it in Game Pass. Maybe Microsoft threw them some money and said, you know what, your game did performed well while we did a free weekend. So why don't we put it on Game Pass and see if people will download it, and maybe they'll purchase it at the end when you're going to take it out, right?
Exactly.
So, and it's a fun game. It's worth checking out.
It reminds me of Blur, which
is
a big,
little bit.
awesome game.
Except you're not racing, right? Like that's the thing. It's not a racing game. It's a crash up. It's like a smash up derby sort of game, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to gain points. You're not trying to get in first place.
Exactly. Yes. That is true.
And just so people know, Onrush doesn't come into Game Pass till September 5th. Because I was looking for it today going, where the heck is it?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, good.
Yeah, all these others were September 1st. That one is September 5th.
That's correct.
I also want to play Snake Pass. Snake Pass, it got a lot of good reviews. I never got a chance to play it, but Snake Pass is supposed to be a fun sort of puzzly game.
Skyforce Reloaded is in there.
Yep. So we've got Avon Colony, Shadow Warrior 1, Skyforce Reloaded. Love that game. Manuel Samuel, and then Snake Pass, like we were just talking about. Gianna Sisters, Twisted Dreams, and Inner Space.
What's Inner Space?
Isn't that movie with Randy Quaid?
It's a beautiful space exploration game with no horizons. You'll navigate breathtaking landscapes and submerge yourself in lost oceans in your search for the ancient gods of the inverse, a dimension of inside-out planets.
Sounds like indie, like an indie No Man's Sky.
Could be. Well, if you
I know
look at,
Jesus has been playing Avon Colony.
Have you looked at the cover for the Inner Space?
Yes. Yeah,
it looks like
at it now.
It looks like that. Whatever you just said.
Kind of. Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah. So. All right. Cool. All right. Let me get back to. So the next thing, I don't know. Have any of you guys played DayZ? Because it's available now on Xbox Game Preview.
Yes, I did. I had a heck of a time with DayZ when I played it. I don't know if you guys saw my video or not.
Yeah, I saw
that. I posted it in the Horrible Gamers group. But basically what happened to me when I played DayZ, I got a couple of guns and I was like, okay, I'm feeling good. It's very PUBG feeling, you know what I mean? You're kind of wandering around, checking out houses, gathering stuff. And then all of a sudden I went into this house and I went walking up these stairs and everything just went haywire. My screen went black for a second and I was like, what's going on? I could hear the guy walking around and I was like, what the heck is going on? My screen, did someone kill me? I thought I died. And then all of a sudden it came back and my character was basically having a seizure, just walking around having a seizure. and and the other guy's trying to hit me, like he had a bat or something, and he's trying to hit me, and he's like, "You can't hit me because I'm lagging out and like moving all over the place, and like I'm crawling. I was on the floor on my back, like just shaking. Like I don't know what was going on. It was craziness.
I remember that. I do remember that video because I was like, "What the heck is this?"
It was pretty funny. I was like, "This is." I tried to play DayZ, and this is what happened.
Well, it's out. If
you
want to do it on early game preview for Xbox, it is available. So be warned.
Give it a try. You might have better luck than I did, or you might have a good laugh. Who knows? I mean, I was laughing my butt off when that happened.
Yeah, it was good.
I was trying to kill the guy too. I was doing everything I could to try and kill him, but I couldn't kill him either.
All right, so
it was pretty fun.
Last week we talked about a rumor. There was a rumor last Sunday, which quickly became factual. Like the next day, it was like Monday. It was factual.
So
Xbox.
That's how good our rumors are, right?
Yeah. See, Xbox All Access, and so real quick, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to explain what this is, and then I want us to have a little chit chat of what you guys think if this is good or bad. So, the Xbox, essentially, what this is it's Xbox All Access. You get an Xbox One console, either an S or an X. You get Xbox Live Gold. You get Xbox Game Pass at no upfront costs for one low monthly price. If you get an S, it'll be $22 a month, and this is a 0% for 24 months. So there's no interest on this. You get 24 months of Game Pass, 24 months of Xbox Live Gold. So it's a brand new Xbox One S 1 terabyte for $22 a month, or you get an X.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it
is a brand new unit. It's not a refurbished.
All
it's not a used.
All brand new with 1 terabyte drive in it. And then the X is going to cost $35 a month. Now, at first, it's kind of like, well, do you want to? You're not really financing it, really, but you're spreading the payments out over 2 years. And of course, if you don't pay, then obviously there's going to be a penalty. But
yeah, I would assume.
If you do the numbers, and you figure it out what it's going to cost you to do, if you bought your console outright and then you paid for 2 years of gold and 2 years of Game Pass, it was something like $860 or something like that. When you do it this way, it was like $500 and something. Like, it's a significant savings.
Well,
because you're basically getting.
It depends on how you add it up. Okay, so see, the way a lot of people are adding it up is they're saying you $60 for a year of Xbox Live, $60 for a year of Game Pass, but that's not. If you're paying monthly,
no, that's not right.
That's not how it's done. If you break it down, it's going to be $10 a month for a month for each service. Because you're paying money.
There's no bonus. Xbox Game Pass is $10 a month, no matter what. That there's no if you buy a year up front, then you're paying $120. It's not. There's no discount.
There is no deal for Game Pass. That's right.
Xbox Live, if you do it, and I'm just going, and myself, I'm doing it as the $40 a year, which you can always get. So I'm even going on the cheaper end. So a $500 console, 2 years of Game Pass, 2 years Xbox Live Gold at $40 a year is $820. Okay. Now, if you go and I bought the $35 a month times 24, that's $840. Well, that didn't come out to much difference. Let me clear that.
It's not.
35 point times 24. Wait a minute. Well, what did I do before? Okay, that came out the same price.
A couple of times where
the savings
it was
are on the S.
It was like $20 more, $20 less. Depending on which one you get and whatnot. But it seems like it's a pretty good deal. And the thing I gotta say is, okay, for me personally, I don't need this. It's, I already have an X and I have another Xbox, a secondary Xbox. I don't need another one, right? and I'm probably not going to need one until next generation. If they do this with next generation, this is perfect for me, especially like I'm going to have a baby coming. I'm not going to have money to just, I'm not going to have 500, $600 to just drop all at once and be like, here, get my new console. So if there was this on the next generation of consoles, that would be awesome. If I could pay like $35 a month to get, my services plus my unit, that would be great. And it might be a little more, a little easier for me to pay off than to drop $600 in one shot. And I feel like that's the thing. They're gonna pull customers that have sat there on the sidelines and said, I don't have $600 to drop, or I don't have $200, $300 to drop. But if I was paying a monthly fee, I might be able to pull it off, right?
Right.
So that's where I think it's going to really work out to their advantage, is those people that have kind of sat on the sidelines and haven't jumped in yet might actually jump at something like this, especially like $35 for an X. That's a good deal. I mean,
yeah, and the good thing is you're not going to pay more over the 2 years. You won't pay any more than you did if you paid it outright. So if you don't have the money, then you can afford $35 a month and don't mind a monthly fee. And then you get the box and you've already got over 100 games available to you, right off in Game Pass. So you don't have to go buy a game to play right away.
So I said this on our show. Game Pass is the perfect thing for someone that's buying their first Xbox. Like, if you've never owned an Xbox, you didn't collect your games with gold games and stuff like that from back in the day, you're starting fresh. Game Pass is amazing for that. It's like, you get a wide variety of all kinds of different games, from indie games to AAA games to, something that's going to make your console scream and look good. And you know what I mean? Like, you'll find everything in Game Pass. It's really, really, really a fantastic thing.
And again, if you're like, well, I want to pay it all off at the beginning, but you're putting your credit card down, well, that's just dumb. I'll say that, because you're going to pay a lot more with a credit card that has an interest rate on it. If you're going to put it on a credit card, then do this, because this is 0%. And you know exactly what it's going to cost. You know when it's paid off. Otherwise, just pay cash. So for me, I was asked, would I do it on the next one? And to be honest, I would probably just pay cash and buy it outright, because I don't like that monthly. It's like everything's a subscription. It's like, oh, your cable, your phone, your Netflix, your HBO, your Xbox Live, everything, Game Pass, and everything else.
You take two of those things away with this. Right?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's just the Game Pass I subscribe to every month. You don't have a choice. Live Gold, I buy it for a year to shot, because I don't want to pay it every month. I'd rather just chunk it up and say I'm good for the year. I don't like the subscription stuff. And everything is going that rate. So it gets to be a lot. Yes. So I would probably upfront pay cash for the thing. But if I didn't have the cash, and then I would and I wanted one, I would absolutely go this way and say, give Microsoft, I'll take your free loan. Absolutely.
So if you look at some of the fine print for this thing, it's actually, so when you try to go for this, it's not truly a subscription. It's actually, so you have to get approved for a Dell preferred account, which is a revolving line of credit. And what you're basically doing is you're buying the Xbox 2 years of Live and 2 years of Game Pass up front, and it's being financed through the Dell preferred account. And then your payments are 35 or 22 a month.
Right.
So those are your payments, and there is an APR on the account, and it looks like it depends on your, what they call credit worthiness and so forth. So not everybody could potentially get this, and only certain people will. But then again, if you have, let's say, good credit, and you can get this, why not just use your credit to begin with? Or just
because you pay interest
subscription. It's not a
right, you're financing
it kind of is.
Yeah, you're just spreading out the payments, that's all.
Right.
Yeah.
It is a credit card that you're buying it with. It's just at 0% if you qualify for that.
Right.
So yeah, and you do have to qualify. They're not going to give this to everybody.
But I wonder if you don't pay it off within the 24 months. I wonder what the interest goes up to.
Oh, it'd probably be pretty high.
Well, you would. Well, if you're making your monthly payments,
no, but if
you will pay it off.
If you don't pay it, if you stop paying,
say you miss a month and you never catch up. You know, I'm sure that it'll just float over and be like, okay, well, you missed 2 months during the 2 years that you didn't make a payment, so now you got 2 months after, but at 29% interest. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I wonder what you'd have to look into the fine print.
Oh yeah, because this is being financed by someone like Dell. Why are they putting this up? They're putting the risk up for Microsoft.
Right.
It's 0%. That's so there's going to be something in there that if you miss a payment, it's probably you miss one payment or you're late one payment. Boom, there's interest on that now going forward.
So here's the thing: it's a 24-month equal pay Xbox all access bundle. No interest on the promotional purchase if paid in full within 24 months. Monthly payments required. Purchase amount divided into 24 substantially equal monthly payments, rounded up to the next dollar. Outstanding balances at the end of the promotional period are subject to terms of the credit agreement for existing account holders, and rates range from 19.24 to 29.99% variable APR.
Youch! That's credit cards right there.
Yep. So if you got good credit and you don't have a problem making the payments, it's going to be a good deal. But
yeah, it's essentially like, getting all those deals like they have at, Best Buy, Home Depot, whatever it is. Insert store here where you get on their credit card and you get 6 months, 12 months, no interest. That's the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so
or those 0% financing for cars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So
same thing.
You can't get nothing for nothing. Can't get something for nothing.
That's right.
Just remember that.
But it's cool that they're doing it. I mean,
it's an option out there. They're giving giving people options. You don't want it, you don't like it, you don't have to take it.
Yeah.
That's what I think is so great about the Xbox ecosystem. Everything they're doing. There's so many things that's like, well, I don't want that, or why don't use it. You don't need the feature. You don't have to have it, But they're expanding out, making it more accessible to more people, just like with the accessibility controller. They got narrator on there, and your Xbox will read the stuff to you. There's all kinds of things. They're thinking outside the box. If people can't afford to buy one, well, here's another option for you. And it's not going to be like, oh, they're just trying to do this. No, it's an option, but this is the way the world of credit cards work. It's not going to be free handout to you. If you can meet the contract, then yeah, you can go 0%. But if not, you're going to pay the interest just like every other card would.
So this is only available at a Microsoft store too, right? Like,
I think so. Yeah, that's where you have to sign up.
Yeah.
Right. Or Microsoft.com, apparently. Visit your local Microsoft store or Microsoft.com for more information. Well, it's like you said, Wing. It's trying to grab at a different group of people that haven't gotten there yet, right?
Yeah.
So
it's potentially opening the door for people. So.
Yep.
All right. One thing I did notice at PAX, there was a lot of people not there. EA was not there. Activision wasn't there. Call of Duty wasn't there. Battlefield wasn't there. Anthem wasn't there. But there was a panel there, and BioWare was in a panel, and they did a demo, or they said that the demo of Anthem is going to be playable on February 1st for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The early play session is being considered a VIP demo and will be automatically available to EA Access and Origin Access subscribers at both the basic and premium tiers. Those who have pre-ordered Anthem by the demo date will also be able to participate. They have clarified this is an honest-to-goodness demo. It is not a technical test, though the size of content or the demo has not been revealed. The developer did mention there will be an undisclosed number of internal alphas and betas between now and February 1st, though they are currently no announcements about timing or how they will be granted access. So, but we should have a demo February 1st for Anthem. So if you pre-order, you will be able to play it ahead of time. I was bummed out that game wasn't at PAX. But
yeah, that's weird.
EA
Battlefield?
EA doesn't show up to these things. You know, they don't even do E3. They do off-site. They're not part of E3 officially anymore.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I guess so.
Also, a big announcement at E3 was that Microsoft had purchased a bunch of studios, and it looks like they are still interested in acquiring even more. They aren't done acquiring studios, and according to Matt Booty, head of Microsoft Studios, they have interest in developers that are capable of bringing content that is a little different to what our big AAA franchises can deliver. And they're looking for studios basically that fit 50 to 100 people who are making games on a 2 to 3 year cadence and have content that we think will be of interest to our Game Pass subscribers. So it looks like they're actually going out trying to find that, unique stuff that they can put straight to the Game Pass. So again, I like this. It's just going to make Game Pass even stronger, a better value. And I think that's cool. Let's see. I know we're running long, so I'm trying to rip through these a little quicker. Dolby Vision for Xbox One. This is something that might be of interest to a lot of you out there. The preview 1810 system update, I guess, contains this. And Dolby Vision basically will transform your TV experience with ultra vivid picture quality, incredible brightness, contrast, and color that brings entertainment to life before your eyes. And this is going to be available on the Xbox One S and X. So to enjoy the feature today, you need to have a TV that supports the latest version of Dolby Vision and a premium Netflix subscription. And there's over 400 hours of content available in Dolby Vision on Netflix. So that's currently what you would need. But it's coming to the S and the X. So, Rob, did you get that?
Check. I don't know if my TV supports that or not.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, some do both. Others just do one or the other. I guess.
Yeah.
It depends on where the buy-in was, at the price point of the TV.
Right.
And then the last thing I had, sad news for some of you, maybe some won't care, but Battlefield 5 has been delayed. It's been pushed back 1 month. So they had originally were going to release on October 19th. It's been pushed back to November 20th. This news comes from Oscar Gabrielson, general manager of developer DayZ. He stated this in a blog post on EA's website. And he seems to point to player feedback as being the primary reason behind the delay, thanking the tens of thousands of players who have played both during closed alphas or in demo booths at events such as E3 and Gamescom, and highlights mostly positive feedback around weapons handling and player movement. It seems the core gameplay is a sticking point, with Gabrielson pointing to particular the gameplay tempo as well as the soldier visibility and player friction. Whatever that means. While he doesn't go into any details around the specifics of the feedback, he can state that players will see improvement. Huh?
It has nothing to do with Red Dead Redemption at all. Nothing to do with that.
Yeah, if it seems to be around core gameplay, I don't think you're going to fix that in a month. To me, that seems as a bigger issue.
They just want a different release date because they're stuck between. They have Titanfall 2 syndrome.
Yeah,
they're not getting the pre-orders. They're coming out between Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption, and they want to move out of there. I'm surprised they didn't move it to February. To be honest with you.
Oh, good lord!
They probably want.
They got
Anthem
sales. They got Anthem coming out in February.
That's right. February. So, yeah.
Yeah, but so it's been delayed by a month. Not a big deal, and I don't think anyone's really going to be hurt by this, just simply because Red Dead and like you said, Red Dead and Call of Duty are coming out. So you're going to have plenty of stuff to keep you busy till Battlefield 5 comes out.
Red Dead, Call of Duty, Tomb Raider. Man, this fall is insane. It's just insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts in like, what, 2 weeks with Tomb Raider's release?
Yeah. Yeah, that's coming out here pretty quick. So, all right. I do have a short one, so let's get into the favorite part.
Today on this Xbox Live, get ready for some major strife. Yeah, Wingman's got 709 wins. Today is just the start. Get ready for this rant.
All right. So I got this ticked me off when I read this. So I love Far Cry 5. I bought the season pass. I've played through the first 2 DLCs. I did not get to play the latest DLC that came out this past week because I was too busy with Strange Brigade. But I do plan to play the zombie DLC this next week. But and I've so far I got 100% of all achievements in this game. And I plan to 100% the DLC. But when I'm done with this, there's going to be one achievement that I don't have. Because for some freaking reason, Ubisoft felt it was important to add just one more achievement in a game update that they recently did. And it's you've got to play the game again on the New Game Plus version on infamous difficulty to get like 30 points. And I'm
30?
like, 30
That's
points
it?
to replay the whole game on the hardest level. Like,
Oh,
this is just
man.
like a year after this
That
game's
should have
been
been 100
released.
at least.
I'm like, you friggin' dogs, man. I'm irritated. I'm really frustrated because I'm going to play the DLC, and I love this game, but I don't want to play it on the hardest difficulty, even though I
You
get to
play on
keep my
easy.
stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I play it on easy. I don't want to play it on hard. You have to play it on the hardest level to do. And I'm like, you guys suck, man. I'm irritated over this because I'm like, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to have one achievement there and it's going to annoy me, and it's not that I'm like big on those things, but this thing was 100% and I've hit all the DLC of 100%. It's like, I want to keep that. And now I'm going to have one sticking out there that says, oh, play the whole game on the hardest level, and it's going to annoy me that there's just missing one. It's going to be like an
Why?
OCD thing for me.
Why is
It just
Why?
will. It just will for some dumb
why does it
reason.
matter though? Wait, you're like really
Because
why does it
because
matter?
I don't 100% a lot of stuff, and to have one achievement missing
Well, here's one more that you
it
didn't
irritates
100%
me.
get.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I really could care less about stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to go through it again. I'm gonna have to at least attempt it.
You don't have to.
But you're doing it to yourself.
Yes.
No,
Yourself.
totally.
Ubisoft's
Yes.
doing it to me. That's their fault. They didn't have to add this in, and it's like, what's the
But they
deal,
want-
man?
But it's gonna force you to try and play through it on the infamous difficulty, right? So
yes,
therefore, it works for them.
they suck. What do they get out of it? It's not like I paid for it. This was a
Get
game
you to play the
update.
game.
It's a game update. They don't.
Yeah, it's a little
Whatever.
weird that it's something that they're just adding on later.
One freaking achievement
know.
for 30 points
I
to
really-
replay the whole
I-
game.
but I barely ever even look at achievements anymore. I
Yeah.
don't even look at the list. If they pop, they pop. If they don't, I don't care.
Right. Like I just play the games. But on games like I really enjoyed,
Yeah.
like Strange Brigade, I'll go and look.
Well, I get what
and
you're saying.
I didn't mind going through using a guide to find all the collectibles, and I had fun with it. It's like I'm kind of bummed, like, wow, I beat that game completely done. There's nothing left for me to do. I can play Horde mode and stuff like that if I want. But like I completed all that. And it's like, wow, now what? But Destiny comes out, the Forsaken comes out on Tuesday, so I'm good. I got something ready. And then, Tomb Raiders after that. But where am I going to fit this in, Ubisoft? It's freaking September, dude. there's new games coming out every week. I don't have time to play this game again just for 30 points. Freaking turds. All right. That's it. Here endeth my rant.
Would it have really made a difference if it was 100 points or like 30 points?
No, it doesn't. The points are, they don't need this achievement.
Yeah.
They should have never added this.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you don't need it either.
Or
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be.
So that it didn't mess up your numbers.
Oh.
So basically,
All right.
they're going after the completionists
Yes.
Exactly.
and sticking it to them.
Yeah.
Damn you, Ubisoft!
All right. What's up? Okay, so let's jump in our community. We do have questions. We do have emails. We do have voicemails. And we do have a giveaway. So I'm going to start off with, where is it? So we did get 2 entries. We've had more from our European listeners. We only got 2 this time, so you got a 50-50 chance of winning. So the first one,
Maybe the rest were tired of winning all the time.
maybe no, because one of them was a multiple previous winner.
Yeah.
But so I want to read this one first because he wasn't able to get the voicemail working. But Metropolis SR wrote in, "Hi guys, sorry for the written comment, but I had some problems leaving a voicemail via the website. My question for you is, what do you think of the news concerning Xbox All Access? Is this the right direction for Microsoft? Will it attract and retain new gamers in the Xbox ecosystem? I'm a new listener in the UK, having only recently discovered the podcast. Love listening each week. Please keep up the great work." So we talked a lot about this, but myself, I'd say yes, it is the right direction for Microsoft. It's not going to hurt them.
No.
You know, they're not responsible on the financial side.
They're making it more accessible. And
Right.
it's going to help their numbers.
Yes.
I think that's
will.
what they're trying to do, really, right?
Yep.
they're trying to get their numbers up because, Sony is crushing them in numbers wise.
Right.
But they're making a lot of good steps in the right direction, it seems. Whereas Sony keeps seeming to take these back steps, and no one cares.
Yeah.
It's like nobody cares. Sony could murder somebody and no one would care. They'd just be like, so what? They're the best-selling console ever.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Well, it's like,
it's like, wow.
Have you noticed all the excitement for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of had that game already, 4 or 5 years ago. It was called Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive?
Yeah.
I said the same thing on our show. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't heard your show yet from yesterday, but yeah, it's like this is the same game. It's just he's wearing a red suit. The only difference is he can web sling. That's it.
And you swing instead of sliding on rails. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, that game sucks because it's not on PlayStation. But
bet
you
the
reskin it, and they're like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Oh.
And then all the controversy now is about the puddles. Those puddles are not the puddles that are in the game that you saw at E3.
Right. Well.
So now there's this graphical downgrade to the game.
Yep.
And no one cares.
No one cares.
Like, so what? Sony,
but
yay!
Yeah. We could get those puddles on the X, so we could easily have that.
That's
That's probably the demo was probably running on an X.
That's what I made. I made a joke on our Facebook page, and I said exactly that. They must have been running it on an Xbox One X instead of PS4 Pro.
Great minds here, Ryan. Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So that's our first one.
I wonder actually. I wonder if this is going to be offered in the UK. Has that come up in any of the articles?
As far as I know, it's U.S. only at this moment.
That's what I thought.
It may expand.
I don't even know if it's going to be available up here. We do have Microsoft stores up here. But I don't know if it's going to be available to Canadian.
I don't know, Rob. Do you think
pricing would be different?
You think they'd even want to trust a Canadian to pay that? I mean, you'd have to pay it in U.S. currency, you know.
Oh, come on.
You can't pay it in bacon. Eh? Sorry,
Darn.
eh?
What do they use up there? Dinars or pesos?
Loonies and toonies.
Yeah.
Brewskis, man. Paid in brewskis. Molsons.
And Brewskis. Being the Molson Canadians.
A.
All right. So our next
Yeah.
one is a voicemail. It's a bit long. He's got questions for us. So this is from Fizzbop.
Hi TXL, it's Phil here, gamertag Fizzbop, leaving you a voicemail for your UK giveaway, and I've got a question for you in a moment. Tell you what I've been playing The Crew 2, which is a good game, lots to do, it's become much more like Forza Horizon in its game mechanics. Not quite so original as the first Crew game was, which, although it had some problems, it did have some good new ideas for racing games, but good. You can drive various vehicles, which all work. The boats work very well, as well as the cars work okay, but the flying is a bit hit and miss, but enjoying it overall. It will be possible to finish this game to 1K fairly easily, I think. Also been playing Gems of War and playing a game on Windows 10 called Worlds, which is WORLDS, and it's an acronym for something or other, and it's by the makers of Doodle Guard. It's a resource management game. Quite enjoying that. Getting to the end where it's becoming a bit of a grind now. You talked about Forza Horizon 2 being delisted on the previous show, and you sort of brushed it off, but I think it's a bit of a shame that this has happened. Xbox gamers who are not yet Xbox gamers won't have a chance to play this game, which is a good game. They love the setting, and I know it's to do with licensing and so forth, but still a shame. You also talked a couple of shows ago about my question about Xbox Play Anywhere, and the reason I think this is disappointing in the main is that it seems to be another Microsoft initiative which has gone by the wayside after a year or two. I only have a bog standard Core i5 laptop. My desktop's not particularly much better either, but I think it would be good to play games that aren't resource hungry, like games of Gems of War would transfer well, and you could play between the two, sharing the game saves. I think that would be great. And there are other sort of puzzly type games that are fairly simple that I really would like to play between the two, because I'm not always near the Xbox, but I usually do have some Windows 10 device around to use. And finally, my question for you is this. It's a personal one. You said anything Xbox related or otherwise. So the question is, and you may have answered this before on a podcast, but I can't remember anyway. Where and when did you two first meet? Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thanks, Phil. Appreciate that. So, Rob, do you want to answer his question?
Where we met? That's
Yeah.
in. Well, that's we met in physics class in high school. Wasn't that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Physics class.
I'm pretty sure you mentioned it
This
like,
dude.
maybe like 3
Yeah.
or 4 months ago. You guys were talking about this exact thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was, acing all my tests, and this dude's like, dude, I'm struggling, I'm dying here, I need a copy off of you. I remember it being something like that.
I wouldn't doubt it. I hated physics, man, dude. God, that class was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we met in high school and have been friends ever since. So, but, cool.
That's cool.
That's a long time ago.
It's cool that you guys have kept in touch that long, man. That's great.
Oh, Rob wouldn't know what to do without me. So.
I know, right? I'd be devastated.
So that leads us to the winner of the 29 pounds and 26 pence is, drumroll, Metropolis SR. So congratulations. And a new listener too. So, and thanks, Phil, for your comments as well. We really enjoy hearing from everybody. So
Yeah.
keep it up. And Metropolis, I'll get your code. This is an Amazon UK code. I'll get that out to you probably tonight. before I rebuild my PC. So, and FizzPop did email me as well because I was talking about my computer, and oh boy, it's bad. In fact, I'm making the leap tonight. So he told me, he wrote in and was basically telling me about how I can reinstall Windows 10, and that, you know, if you're already licensed to that, you can now actually just download. They got a Windows 10 imaging tool, and I did find this, and I appreciate this because FizzPop, I completely forgot about this. So I went and got it, and I've got my USB. It's already imaged. It's sitting in my machine right now, and I gotta make sure everything's backed up. But I don't want to do this because with this show, it's a nightmare. But I have no choice, so I'm gonna probably nuke it tonight and at least get Windows installing on it, and then I'll try to back everything up tomorrow because I got the day off. But hopefully it'll all work by next weekend. So we shall see. Rob may have to host, but thanks. Thank you again for that, and I am using your suggestion on the image, so thank you. All right, Rob, let's get through the rest of the stuff.
Alrighty. So we have a Twitter account. You can find that at this Xbox Life, or go to thisxboxlife.com/Twitter. We also have a Facebook group. It's a closed group, which basically means you have to ask to get permission to be a member. It's easy. Answer 2 simple questions. Won't tell you what they are or what the answers are. You should know them yourself. And anything you post in there will only be seen by members of the group. And you can find that at thisxboxlife.com/Facebook. And we've got a couple of Facebook messages here. Let's see. First one is from Brian. If I had only one podcast to become a patron of, which should it be?
This one, obviously.
That's
TXL,
a trick question,
baby.
isn't it?
Yeah, he's doing it because Ryan's sitting here.
Yeah.
I say, Brian, you should support the one that you want to support. So the guys at Horrible Gamers are an awesome group, man. So I've actually thought about becoming a patron of them as well, but I need to support my own show first, and I wouldn't expect those guys to support us. So, but no, man, it's
one of us does.
You know, hey, I know, and we really appreciate it. Gunny is friggin' awesome
absolutely.
for that. But I'd rather see you guys put your money into your show. You know, I appreciate you guys. You guys listen, and you pimp us out on your show, and we pimp you guys out here, and so. But Brian, just put your money where you want. So, and you can always put it in both places. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Why don't you put it in both places? Because I mean, you guys deserve it too. You know?
Yeah.
And Brian's. It's funny because Brian is like, he's one of those people that if you pop onto a live stream on Facebook of some random podcast, you'll probably see him there. Like he watches like every podcast live stream you could think of. It's funny. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. You want to take the next one, Rob?
Sure. So wait, how's this one working?
Henley wrote in. He's asking Ryan. It's a question to Ryan.
Okay, to Ryan. Okay.
Yeah.
When will you become a popular Facebook streamer playing Dead Cells?
Probably never, but I would like to. I play that game constantly. I wish that because the PC version has Twitch integration, which is actually really cool. Like people can take control of the boss monsters and stuff and actually fight you. And they can pick like, what comes out of your treasure chest, and like there's all this integration with the game and Twitch on PC, and I'd like to see them do that with Mixer. I think it would be really cool if they brought that to Mixer on Xbox, because there's none of that in the Xbox version. But anyways, the question was, when will I become a popular Facebook streamer? Probably never. I don't know.
That already happened, didn't it?
Well, on and off, I guess. I don't know about popular. I usually get some people coming into my streams, but not a lot.
All right,
It'd be great.
Brian, do you want to read the last one?
Sure. From another one of my co-hosts on the Horrible Gamers podcast, Jesus Antonio Gonzalez, also known as Jesus Walks a Lot. What does the TXL crew think of Spider-Man's Puddlegate?
I don't care. I don't have a PS4. I don't have a PlayStation. I don't care. We don't get the Spider-Man game. All I'm saying is if Spider-Man was on the X, we'd have puddles.
That's right. We'd have all the puddles.
Yeah,
puddles
in full 4K. 4K puddles. So I do want to say one thing that I did forget to mention. I wanted to talk about it, and I forgot to put it in. Did you guys get a chance to see like that 48-minute playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077?
I've seen some of it, yes. It looks amazing. That
game
just
looks
fantastic.
My goodness. I had no interest in this game until E3 when I was like, ooh, that looks good. I watched that thing. I was like, oh, man, I want this game now. I want it today. Wow. If you have not seen it, and if you're like, oh, if you're like me and you're like, I don't like Cyberpunk, even the punk or, anything that has cyberpunk or steampunk, or it's like, usually I'm like, I'm out just by hearing that word. I'm all into this game. Got to check it out. However, disclaimer, do not have your children in the room. Absolutely do not have your children in the room. Which I thought was weird. Like, did you guys notice at the very beginning where you could select your male or female character, how it was like blurred out? Like they're okay. And then 2 minutes later, you're looking at a whole bunch of naked people with no blurring whatsoever. I was like, well, wait a minute. What was the point of doing it in the character select screen? That made no sense to me. But the game, oh my goodness, this game looks awesome. I am so excited for this game. And it's supposedly done. They're saying it's done, but they're going to tweak it. They're going to still be working on it for a while. And I'm like, oh man.
And that's the way CD Projekt Red works, though.
Yep.
So, they'll finish it, but they won't put it out. They will keep plugging away and make it better and better and better until it releases.
Yeah.
And I've never really liked The Witcher. I've never liked that game, but I can give it its props for what it is because I can see it. You know what I mean? Like I see what's great about that game. It's just not for me, right? Yeah. So this game looks like it's going to be a little bit more for me. So I think I'm gonna really enjoy that game when it does come out.
Absolutely. Yeah, me too. I never played The Witcher. It didn't interest me. I've seen, I've heard a lot of people, but I'm like, it's just not my style of game. And I didn't think this Cyberpunk would be either until I saw it. I was like, oh, mind blown. Truly mind blown. One of those, it's just like, into Rob's favorite section.
Okay, Rob, what you got for us today? What you got for us to play? Give us a list of games that we can buy and play. Okay, Rob.
So there's quite a few releases this week. This is September 4th through the 7th. On September 4th, that is a Tuesday, we have Planet Alpha, Shadows Awakening, Ninjin Clash of Carrots, Destiny 2 Forsaken.
You don't even need to go any further, Rob. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Done.
Is it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll let you know tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
9:01.
So wait, for that Destiny Forsaken thing, do you have to buy anything? Like, is this something you had to buy?
It's an expansion
for, or?
No, you have to have Destiny 2 because it is an expansion.
Yeah.
But you do not need to buy
I do have Destiny 2.
You don't need to buy the yearly pass for it.
No, it's just like a free update.
It's not. Oh no, it's not free. It is not free.
Okay.
This is paid. This is think of it as like the Taken King. This is an expansion, and then there's going to be I think 3 more.
Okay.
Excuse me, 3 more DLCs after this.
I will take it like the Taken King and not buy it. Thank you. Let's move on.
All right, so yeah, Destiny
else we
2
got, Rob?
Forsaken, Claws of Fury, Dimension Drive. On the 5th, we have Moonfall Ultimate, Full Blast. On the 6th, Aaliyah Episode 1, Kingsguard TD. I'm guessing that's a tower defense, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yep.
so.
Build towers,
Yeah.
says.
Yeah, Immortal Unchained, Out of the Box, Shalnor Legends, Sacred Lands, CG, A Fart for Melusina, Siggy, CG,
Oh,
Siggy,
dude.
whatever.
I want to
You
play
gotta-
this game.
Wait, I gotta stop you, Rob. Join
Yeah.
Knight CG as he runs, jumps, in battles in a flatulent quest to save Melusina, the love of his life. Take down hordes of goofy enemies and crazy bosses. Earn riches. Find long-lost holy artifacts and make your way up the top of Mount Stink Up. A flatulent quest.
This game looks right up my alley.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Dead Cells. It's now a fart from Melusini.
Yeah.
Oh.
Arcade
Reminds-
Islands Volume 1.
Yeah. NBA 2K19 20th Anniversary Edition, NBA Live 19, NASCAR Heat 3, and Dead Age. So quite a few things. Apparently only one matters.
That's right. And it's all about
NASCAR
gas.
Heat 3.
Yes. Or
I'm
Ninja,
surprised
Flash
they're
of
still
Carrots.
making those games.
The NASCAR
NASCAR.
games.
Yeah. You Americans, you love your NASCAR.
40-player online.
We like going around in circles.
You like to go around in circles, always doing a left.
All right.
You know, I understand that a lot of people like these games, but when I've tried these NASCAR games, it's like, okay, you know, tire pressure on your front left tire pressure on your front right, you know, how much, you know, it's just too much. It's just too much. I want Forza Horizon. Just
Yeah.
drive.
All right.
I don't even want to think about the color of the car. Games with gold, we have Prison Architect, new for September for Xbox One. And what was the one? I was just looking at it. Was it For Honor? Was that the one that was?
Just left. Yeah.
Did it just leave,
Yeah.
or is it still in there? Or,
no, wait. Is
no,
it still
For
in
Honor.
there now?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
it's
look
still
at
in
that.
there.
It's still. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so For Honor goes for another 2 weeks. Xbox 360 and back compat, we have brand new Lego Star Wars, The Clone Wars. Yet another really awesome Lego game. I don't know how they do that. Like every game is good.
Because it never changes. It's just with a different skin. It's like the same
Yeah.
stuff, you know,
It's
pretty
true.
much. But it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
because if you like whatever skin it is, you know, you're gonna enjoy the game because it follows that same sort of storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably part of the allure too, is just like if you saw the movie that, let's say, the game is mirroring, you know, you like the tie-in, you like to see what's identical
Exactly. Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
But anyway. And then lastly, if you make any purchase on Amazon, don't forget to use our affiliate link. You can find that at the top of our Facebook group and also on our website. Use that every time you make your purchase on Amazon. Doesn't cost you even 1 penny extra, but it's a great way to help support the show. Also, if you're an iTunes user, find our show on the iTunes store, give us a 5-star rating. That helps boost us in the rankings over there and helps more people find out about the show. And we stream on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. And as always, thanks to Learn Your Lesson for the music that we use inside the show.
All right. Ryan, do you have any last thoughts or comments?
No. I think I've dragged this show on long enough.
You don't want to talk about Clash Royale again?
No, I promise. And I'm not going to go on and on about Dead Cells. You guys have heard enough of me on my show talk about Dead Cells, so just go buy it.
Well, where can everybody find you? Even though we all know, but where can we find you?
You can find me on the Horrible Gamers podcast, for one. You can also find me in the Horrible Gamers podcast community group on Facebook. And you can find me on Xbox Live, Steam, PSN, Mixer, Twitch under Gib8777.
Rob?
I'm Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody.
I am Mark, a.k.a. Wingman709, taking off.